The college football adage that the last game of the current season is actually the first game of the next season has never been truer than it is here in 2022-23, and never truer than in this specific matchup. Louisville taking on Cincinnati at the Wasabi Fenway Bowl. Welcome to the Voice of College Football. We break down the game we all love each and every day with you. Best discussion, debate, and analysis because of your support, contribution, and your engagement right here at the Voice of College Football. Please like the video, share the videos out on social media, and subscribe. Hit that bell for the notifications to know when we go live. Let's set the stage for this one. The two universities, first and foremost, are just 100 miles apart. Therefore, there is a rivalry. It's not well known. It's for the Keg of Nails trophy. And the game has not been played since 2013. Was first played back in 1929. Consider that these two teams and schools are not just an hour and a half drive apart, but they also participated and competed in the Big East Conference basketball, football up until 2013. And before that, they were longtime independents for decades and decades. So they've played many games for many years, and that rivalry got reunited in Boston today. Let's set the stage first and foremost. The most important aspect of this game is looking forward to 2023. Louisville won the game 24-7. They cap off Scott Satterfield's final season at 8-5. That was the same record as his first season after he left Appalachian State. And for the Bearcats, they lose at 24-7 to fall to 9-4. And here's the coaching situation. So Scott Satterfield leaves Louisville to coach Cincinnati, but is not coaching today. He was back in Cincinnati, left those responsibilities to Kerry Combs, longtime defensive coordinator, both at Cincinnati, Ohio State, and Cincinnati High School coaching legend. So the new head coach at Cincinnati, of course, Scott Satterfield. New head coach at Louisville, well, Satterfield left there. Jeff Brom leaving Purdue to now become the head coach at his alma mater of Louisville. So my thoughts going forward in 2023, Scott Satterfield, the hire there for Cincinnati compared to Luke Fickell, I think they've downgraded. He did a nice job at App State, but other coaches have as well. Basically, App State has been founded as a strong football program, and Scott Satterfield did what everybody else is doing there. Did a nice job. Credit him there. But 25-24 at Louisville. So not a great run at Louisville, just one game over 500. Luke Fickell did a phenomenal job at Cincinnati, of course, lifting them from a first season at 4-8 to a college football playoff and perennial run in the American Conference as champions, and almost getting another championship this year in the American. Jeff Brom's a tremendous hire for Louisville, I believe. Moving over from Purdue, where he finished over 500, finally got to a Western Division championship for the first time in school history, winning the Big Ten or getting within one game of a Big Ten championship, which would have been the school's first since Drew Brees and company in 2000 under Joe Tiller. Brom did a great job. He comes back to his alma mater. That's a great situation for Louisville football. Look at Purdue's records prior to Jeff Brom. He lifted them substantially. Okay, the two quarterbacks that played today, both backups. Brock Doman, though, played much of Louisville's successful portion of this season in replacing Malik Cunningham during the 5-game winning streak. Of course, Louisville started just 2-3 this season. On this day, 13 of 21, 132 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. He will be in the running for Louisville's starting quarterback position in 2023. He is a redshirt freshman currently. Evan Prater as well. 7 of 15 today, threw some remarkable balls in which he was trapped in the backfield, very elusive, gets away from the rush, threw some dimes in those situations, but on platform and when the play did not break down, boy, the Cincinnati offense was rough today. 127 total yards and just the 1 touchdown early in the game on a beautiful play from Prater to a fifth-year tight end who had not caught a pass the entire season because Cincinnati was missing its 3 top targets in this game. Opting out were Tyler Scott, Leonard Taylor, and Trey Tucker, accounting for 152 catches for the Bearcats this season. All right, the Louisville run game was dominant, nearly 300 yards rushing. Jahar Jordan cut loose twice. in the first half for long touchdown runs. He finished 9 carries for $115 and those 2 touchdowns as Louisville led at 21-7, and pretty much the defense just closed it out from there as the second half was not consequential. Also, you had Maurice Turner, 31 carries for $160. He came into the game as a freshman with only 154 yards in the season, so you would think Maurice Turner would factor in heavily in Louisville's plans in 2023. Marshawn Ford tied his interim head coach, Deion Branch, the former Super Bowl MVP, with his 18th career touchdown. And again, Louisville wins easily in this one. Let's look ahead to 2023. For Louisville, they get started at home against Georgia Tech on September 2nd. They also have non-conference games against Indiana in Indianapolis and against Kentucky, of course, their long-standing rival. On September 2nd, to open the season for Cincinnati, the Bearcats are at home at Nippert Stadium against Eastern Kentucky. They've got a date at Pitt as well. And of course, this is Cincinnati's inaugural season in the Big 12 Conference with, of course, Scott Satterfield as head coach. Louisville's recruiting class, as it stands right now, just a few days away from National Signing Day, 27th in the country with 14 hard commits, 7 4-stars. The 2023 Cincinnati class, of course, isn't going to be nearly as decorated. At number 70, according to 247 Sports, 1 4-star and 10 hard commits. A lot of losses on the Louisville side in particular. We mentioned the Cincinnati wideouts and tight ends that will be moving on to the NFL draft. For Louisville, it's Tyler Hudson, their leading receiver, 69 catches and a couple touchdowns, 1,000 yards for him. Malik Cunningham, who accounted for 120 touchdowns in his career, 70 passing and 50 rushing. And of course, Yasir Abdullah, which we at the Voice of College Football named as the ACC Defensive Player of the Year, had 17.5 tackles for loss. He is moving on. Your thoughts on Cincinnati moving ahead with Scott Satterfield in 2023, and the Cardinals of Louisville with one Jeff Brom as the head coach, right here at the Voice of College Football.